Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. And Lamott. We live in a world that never stops moving. A world obsessed with productivity, with doing, achieving, grinding. But what if the most powerful move you can make is no move at all? What if stillness is not weakness, but strength? Before we dive deeper, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe my channel Psyche Glimpse. It helps us keep bringing you powerful ideas from psychology and philosophy. The tyranny of busyness. Modern life equates busyness with value. The busier you are, the more important you must be. To pause feels lazy. To rest feels guilty. Psychologists call this the busyness trap. We measure our worth not by who we are, but by how much we do. But here's the paradox. The more we do, the less meaningful it becomes. Our attention scatters. Our energy drains. We end the day exhausted, but unfulfilled. Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard once wrote, "Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced." Yet most of us treat life like a checklist, rushing through without ever asking where we're rushing to. The philosophy of Wu Wei. The Taoists had a word for this, Wu Wei. It doesn't mean laziness. It means effortless action. Think of a river. It doesn't force its way to the ocean. It flows naturally. It finds a path around every obstacle. Wu Wei is the art of living like that river. Modern psychology calls this the flow state. Moments when you lose yourself in presence. When action feels easy. And the secret? You often find it by stepping back. By letting go. By embracing stillness. Doing nothing becomes the path to doing everything that matters. The science of rest. Neuroscience agrees. Rest is not wasted time. When you sit in silence. When you daydream. When you stare out the window. Your brain activates the default mode network. This system integrates emotions, processes memories, and sparks creativity. Thomas Edison knew this. He used to nap with ball bearings in his hands. When he drifted off, the balls dropped, the sound woke him. And in those half-dream states, his greatest ideas appeared. So remember this. When you think you're doing nothing, your brain is quietly at work, recharging, organizing, preparing for your next leap forward. Doing nothing is resistance. Doing nothing can also be rebellion. In a culture that profits from your distraction, stillness is power. In an economy that feeds on your endless consumption, rest is resistance. By doing nothing, you step outside the cycle of more, faster, now. You reclaim your time. You reclaim your body. You reclaim your attention. Philosopher Bertrand Russell said it best in his essay In Praise of Idleness. Without leisure, we become machines. Efficient, but empty. Doing nothing isn't escape. It's a return to life. The fear of stillness. If stillness is so powerful, why do we resist it? Because it's uncomfortable. It forces us to face ourselves. Carl Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." Silence strips away distractions. And what's left? Our doubts, our fears, our unprocessed emotions. That's why most people keep running. But here's the truth. This confrontation is also the doorway to transformation. When you sit with yourself, clarity emerges. What busyness hides, stillness reveals. Lessons from nature. Nature teaches this better than books ever could. Look at a tree. It doesn't rush. It grows at its own pace, resting in winter, blooming in spring. Its strength isn't in constant movement. It's in patience, in alignment with rhythms larger than itself. Even animals know this. A lion may rest for 20 hours a day, but when the moment comes, it acts with power. Doing nothing is not weakness. It is conservation. It is preparation. Modern applications of doing nothing. So how can we practice this in our own lives? Take mindful pauses. Put down the phone. Just breathe. Embrace unstructured time. Let some hours be blank. Sit with discomfort. Don't rush for distraction. Build rituals of rest. Meditation, journaling, slow walks. Doing nothing isn't abandoning responsibility. It's creating space, so that when you act, your actions carry intention, not compulsion. The paradox of power and stillness. Here's the paradox. Doing nothing is not passive. When you stop forcing, insight appears. When you stop grasping, what's meant for you arrives. When you stop moving mindlessly, you begin to move meaningfully. Philosopher Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." The solution then is not more effort. It is more stillness. Doing nothing isn't the absence of life. It's the space in which life finally reveals itself. So why is doing nothing the most powerful move you can make? Because it frees you from the tyranny of busyness. Because it connects you to flow. Because it nourishes your brain and soul. Because it resists a world that reduces you to productivity. And because it prepares you for action that truly matters. Doing nothing isn't the end of ambition. It's the root of wisdom, the soil of clarity, the quiet strength beneath all meaningful movement. In a restless world that never stops moving, perhaps your greatest power is the courage to pause.